Hey everybody, Donnie B, Learn Pro Recording. Welcome into the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am so happy that you're here. Today's Monday. Well, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to a new week. Hopefully your weekend went great. Hopefully everything was cool. Hopefully y'all had some fun, made some money, met some people. Everything, working in a studio, man, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I got some cool stuff for you today. First of all, I got something free for you. Thanks for hanging out. I want you to go down to the link in the description here on YouTube and click in, download the guide for today. The guide for today is all about growing your business as a freelance audio engineer, producer, studio owner, etc., etc. We got some things coming up which I can't really talk to you about today. I will bring this up to you next week. It's going to be cool. I think you guys are going to dig it. One thing I can talk to you about today is the blog post coming out on Wednesday. I have decided this might be funny for y'all, but I have decided I'm gonna piss people off, man. That's what I'm good at. That's what I like. Not necessarily like it I'm not intentionally trying to hurt people or make people mad, but some of the things I talk about, let's just call it polarizing. Half of y'all gonna have one opinion, the other half gonna have another opinion. That's what I'm talking. I'm not trying to piss anybody off or make anybody mad, or man, I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad at all. So y'all know about my podcast and how I do it raw. I try not to edit unless I say something really stupid, which every once in a while that happens. And the owner, she checks my stuff before I'm allowed to let it out. So, yeah, unless she tells me, oh, bro, you can't, no, you can't say that, then that's when I edit. That's when I take stuff out. But other than that, man, it's raw. What y'all see is what y'all get, So yeah, I got a thing coming out on Wednesday, on the blog post, which is, it's very polarizing. It's gonna make people mad. It's gonna make some people mad. It's gonna make some people go, yeah, that's right. So y'all get ready for that. Look for that on Wednesday. Just come back to the website. If you get on my list, oh man, if y'all get on the list, you just get an email and goes, hey, here's the thing. You don't have to keep coming back to the website. You don't have to keep looking for me. You don't have to keep looking on YouTube for the thing. It just comes in your email. It says, hey, a new podcast by Donnie B over at Learn Pro Recording. Let me check that out, So get on my list. It's easy, man. Go to the website, www.learnprorecording.com. Click that big-ass blue button right there. And there's actually some more free stuff for you. I think it's a 3-step guide on about starting your business. Look, this is part of what the polarizing blog post is going to be. There's a difference. I don't know if you guys realize that there's a difference between the music business and the business of music. There's a huge difference, and it matters. It does matter what we're speaking of. The music business is contracts and labels and distribution and A&Rs and managers and things like that, licensing and publishing, more contracts and stuff, but the business of music is what I do. I make music as my business. I make audio my business. We could call it the audio business, if you want. I mean, the majority of what we do, 90% of what I do is 80%, 90% of what we do here is music. The rest of the 20%, 10% is post-production, video games, sound effects, podcast. Dude, yeah, we do, podcasts are all video now. Everybody wants cameras and they want lights and cameras and actions and stuff, man. And it's cool. I mean, I'm not mad at it. It's actually quite a lucrative thing to have. I mean, it's a little bit of an expense getting in, but not bad. It's not too bad. But podcasting, I should do a whole podcast on podcasting. Not necessarily the podcasting though. I mean, the content's irrelevant to me. You come in here with a podcast and you can talk about whatever you want to talk about, man. We got a couple of podcasts that come through once a week, man, and some of the stuff is like, ooh, I don't know if y'all should be talking about that. But that's not really up to me. This one's up to me, me and the owner, but it doesn't really matter, man. But we should do a podcast or a blog post about how to do a podcast, how to record it. What's the best way? What's the cheapest way? What's the most expensive way? What's the best way? What's the worst way? It's all relevant, and it all matters. And that is what is part of the business of music, the business of making music, the business of making content. The business of making digital content is different than the music business. The music business, like I said, is all about contracts and sales and A&Rs and labels and stuff. And I don't do that. I'm not a label. I'm not an A&R. I can consider myself a producer. Not in the sense of the word that you guys think I mean. I'm not a beat maker. I'm not a musician. I'm not a beat maker. When I say producer, let's call it executive producer. I mean, I make things happen. I make songs happen. I make music happen. I make we make content happen. So that's what I'm talking about as the business of music. So there's a huge difference there. What we're gonna polarize on Wednesday on the blog post is there's a couple of different scenarios in the business of music that you can talk about. A lot of people have their opinions. It's like if you ask somebody, hey, do you like this microphone on a snare drum, or do you like this microphone on a snare drum? It's gonna be 50-50, man. Half the people are gonna like the other microphone, and half the people are gonna like this microphone. It just doesn't matter. It's an opinion, is what it is. And I've got an opinion about music and how it should be listened to and how it should be made and how it should be put together. I've got an opinion, and this is going to piss people off. That's what's going to happen. So y'all get ready for that. It's going to be fun. The blog post this week is going to be it's going to be cool. I think I'm excited about it. Actually, I've never really been excited about typing stuff and putting my opinion out there like that. But this is going to be cool. I think it's going to be fun. Hey, don't forget, man. You guys can always reach out and ask, comment, talk to me, man. If there's something special that you need help with, or something special, something that's been bugging you in your studio. Let's say you're not really sure if you need a patch bay in your studio, but you've heard you might need a patch bay, or let's say you're gathering a bunch more. Let's say you're scaling up, right? You're growing, and now you've got more equipment, and you might need a patch bay. You might need a way to get to other pieces of equipment in your studio. That all matters. Need help with that? I'm here for you. Reach out. No problem. At Learn Pro Recording, we have a membership and community, which you guys can become a part of. And with the membership and community, there's so much extra stuff that you get. There's extra content such as this. There's teaching. There's workshops, webinars, group coaching, one-on-one coaching. Bro, if you need me to come into your studio and help you with something that's bugging you, or something that you really need help with, I'm here. Right here for you. So I am going to be teaching something today. So I've got a publication which I'm going to make for download, but I'm also going to do a thing where we actually talk about it. Okay. After this little intro part of the podcast, I'm going to jump over to the computer and I'm going to turn that on so you guys can have that. And we're just going to talk about some stuff. What I want to talk to you about today is growing your business as a freelance audio engineer and producer. Or let's go ahead and add studio owner to that list too. So I'll be talking to you about this stuff later, but I'm also going to make this publication downloadable so you guys can have it, and enjoy it. So all you have to do is click the link in the YouTube description down below. You'll get this publication. I mean, you're getting this for free. It's right there. I mean, if you want it, here it is. So come on in, get a hold of me. Let me know if there's something I can do for you. Let me know if there's something that you need. This week in the studio is kind of, we just finished that album project, not last week, week before. That was rough, bro. That was like 14 days of, just strict go, do. So, that was cool and all, but I'm kind of happy that we're getting a little bit of a break, Springtime's coming, man. The weather's starting to get a little bit nicer. It's time to start getting outside, and I hate to say it this way, ladies and gentlemen, but it's time for spring cleaning, Spring cleaning. We got to wash the windows in the front. We got to clean up the patio in the back. There's a bunch of leaves out there from the last storm. And, you know, there's just a lot of stuff, man, that's got to happen. Might need to paint something. There is a couple of things I'm going to be doing in my Studio B, which I might actually film that and show that to you. There's a couple of things I need to do in Studio B. We've had some issues with the bass trapping. The bass trapping's not working the way that it should in that room. So basically what's happening is that, you know what it is? We got some new speakers. That's what it is. I went with the Dyne Audios. We had the Yamaha HS8s in there, or HS80s, 80s. And I got some Dyne Audios, the big 10-inch Dyne Audios. And since we put those in there, I've noticed some bass trapping issues. So we're going to be changing the bass traps in Studio B. That might be something. Let me know if that's something that you guys are interested in. Let me know in the comments below if that's something that you might want to look at. So, and if that's the case, the new bass traps are going to be delivered Wednesday. Blog post Wednesday this week. So I'll probably wait till the weekend to do it, maybe Sunday or so. And let me know if this is interesting to you, and I will film it. Okay, and I'll talk about it. Well, I'll film it live, and we'll just, maybe I'll stream it live. That sounds like a lot of work, so no, I won't do that. I'll just film it, because there's probably going to be some things said and expletives that I'll have to cut out anyway. So, you know, we'll just do that, because I got to actually pull the desk out. And while I have the desk out, I'm going to do some stuff behind the console as well. So when, you know, we try not to pull the desk out too much. But when we do, I like to you know, straighten stuff up, and there might need to be some rewiring going on back there somewhere. So that's going to happen probably Sunday. So I will film that. If you want me to, let me know in the comments below. I'll film it and I'll put it out as a gift. You know, you guys can kind of come in and see what goes on behind the scenes, if you will. Some other things that go on that we found out in Studio B since we got the Dyne Audios is that the reflections on the side are not being absorbed like they should. And I think what I have to do basically is put a little gap. We've got the acoustic panels on the wall. I think I have to have a little gap behind the acoustic panel so that things can swirl around it a little bit more instead of just bouncing off of it. There are some frequencies bouncing off of the acoustic panels, which are unpleasing. If you sit, depends on where you sit in the room. You know, if you're at the mix position, everything sounds great because you're right in the mix position. But if you go back to the couch, it's different. I'm not saying it's bad or it's not good. I'm just saying it's a little different. So I'm gonna try to calm that down and help that out. Studio B is my mix room. I enjoy mixing in there. A couple of the other guys that work here, one of the other guys that works here, he prefers mixing in. I point this way because that's where Studio A is. Studio A is right on the other side of this wall behind me. He prefers mixing in Studio A. I just prefer Studio B. For me, it's a little bit smaller and tighter. It just feels better. I've got NS10s in both rooms, so it really doesn't matter to me. I'm an NS10 guy. I like my NS10s, but I think that honestly, I think that Studio B just feels better for me. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's darker. You know, light a candle, turn on the AC, get it going. So anyway, I'm going to turn this over to the guide to growing your business as a freelance audio engineer, producer, and studio owner. And I'm going to teach you on this today. I'm going to show you some cool stuff and talk to you about some steps that you can take to help facilitate growing your business and becoming a legit business. There's so many advantages to that, and you guys are going to find out about that shortly. You know, well, we are talking about tax season, right? This is tax season coming up next month, man, the 15th. So, you know, this is a good time to be talking about this stuff, taxes and how to avoid, how to offset having to pay so much and stuff like that. That's all in here. You know, we're going to talk about that today and again next week. Like I said, man, I got something coming next Monday, which I'm going to talk to you about next Monday. It's looking like the podcasts are going to be Mondays now. I was trying to do them on Sundays, but then, you know, the boss, who is actually my wife, is the owner, who's actually my wife, is she kind of stressed last week that Sundays need to be a day off. You know, Saturday night is date night, Sunday's day off, you know, and I'm not one to argue with my wife. So if you guys are out there and you want some advice from someone who's been there, done that, got the t-shirt, listen to your chick, okay? They know what they want. They know what they want to do. They know what they want. Don't argue. Just say yes, ma'am, a lot. Somebody asked me one time, they said, man, how you been married so long, dude? So I just say yes, ma'am, a lot. So, and that's what it is, dude. That's the whole trick. Y'all want to know the trick? Just say yes, ma'am. Life is so much easier, so much better. So I'm going to teach you on this now. What I want you to do right now, though, before I get into this, go down, click in the description, get this downloaded for you. To get this downloaded, you just click on the thing, boom, it's yours. That also is going to put you on the list. Once you get on the list, you get all this other stuff given to you every week. The content is flowing every week. Like I said, next Monday is a big announcement, so get ready for that. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm building up that anticipation, and I want you guys to be like, what's he going to talk about? What's he going to tell us? What's he going to give us? What's he going to do? Absolutely, that's what I want you to talk about. So, hey, don't forget, leave a comment down below if you want me to film that thing on that I do on Sunday with the bass traps in Studio B, and the other thing, the panels, the acoustic panels. I'll film that for you, show it to you. I think hopefully it's going to be helpful. I got some advice from another producer that was working in my room the other day. He said, yeah, you should try this, so I'm going to try that. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for hanging out with me on the podcast. We'll see you next week. I'm going to see you in a second on the teaching. So enjoy that. You guys have a great week. Have a great Monday. Have a great week. We will talk to you next week. My name is Donnie B. I am out. Peace. Hey guys, Donnie B. Learn Pro Recording. Let's discuss growing your business as an audio engineer, producer, studio owner. Thank you for looking into this guide about starting your own freelance business as an audio engineer, producer, studio owner. This guide's a great way to get started legally and ethically as a business to help you succeed and thrive. If you follow these simple rules, you can grow to become a full-time audio engineer, producer, and studio owner business, hopefully replacing your day job with this thing that we love to do called music. Hashtag quit your day job. You guys ready to go? Let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer. I'm not an expert in any of these fields that you might think you need to get this done. I'm not an attorney, not an accountant, not a tax guy, etc. I have discovered these steps in my journey of becoming a full-time audio engineer and music producer. I have been in the music industry as a freelance engineer producer for more than 35 years. Now that we have this small print out of the way, let's get going. Here we go. Do you have the passion, the drive, and the skills that it takes to get your audio career to the next level? Are you a bedroom producer working on a laptop? Do you volunteer at your church every Sunday mixing the sound for the services? Have you ever been to a live show or a concert? When you hear the mix, you think, man, that sounds like garbage. I could do a much better job than that. Or think, man, that sound guy must be a bass player because that's all I hear. Suppose your answer was yes to any of these questions. Congrats. You are ready to become an audio engineer and producer. There are way too many ways to jump into this field. One way is as a freelance engineer. The thing you need to remember is that this is all about you. You don't work for anyone else. You work for you. That mindset can sometimes be the most challenging part to break into. Look, we've all been programmed our entire lives to think that we have to go to school, get a job, go to work every day at that job, and come home on Friday with a check, and you get weekends off. Pretty cool. You're basically trading your time for cash. But when you do that, you also have to give a portion of your cash that you get to the government in the form of taxes. That's how the government runs, on your cash. In this quick guide, look, I'm not going to go too deep into all that, but there are alternatives to that. We'll save that for a future conversation. Let's try to avoid any negative thoughts for today. You know, when you work for someone else, the only reason you work there is that you're making them money. Stop making money for someone else. Start making your money. Here are some first steps to your independence. Step 1, decide that this is a path that you want to travel down. Not that you can't ever turn back and go back to the 9-to-5 grind, but why would you want to do that after tasting of the freedom of being your own boss? So let's start by deciding to do this. Suppose that you're really young and you're just starting out. Maybe you're still living with your parents. Sit and have a conversation with them about your decision to become a freelance business owner. I'm sure that they're going to support you and help you grow. That's their job. They will be proud of you for taking steps to become your own person and help guide your way. Flap those wings, little one. At the very least, they're not going to let you go hungry. Pretty much everyone will try to talk you out of becoming a freelancer. Refer back to the part about the programming. This has been a thing since before time began. So it's not anyone's fault. It's just the way that it is. Becoming a freelance business owner is not easy. It's scary as hell. That's why everyone will try to talk you out of it. When I struck out on my own, my parents were angry. They said, dude, you'll never make it. You don't know what you're doing. You'll be back soon enough. Yeah, that didn't happen. I'm more motivated by people telling me that I can't do something. That makes me go harder just to get it done. Maybe just to prove everyone wrong, perhaps to prove to myself that I actually can. Give it a real thought. Think about it as your programmed self. Yes, it's scary as F to think about going out on your own. No more paycheck on Friday, no more sick days, no more paid vacations. But on the other side of things, this is what you love to do. You can make as much money as you need to or you want to. You don't have anyone telling that you what to do or how to do it. It's all up to you. You are your own boss. Step 2, becoming a legit business. Quote unquote business. There are way too many advantages to becoming a legit business in the proper legal sense of the word. We're not going to go too deep into that here because this is a quick guide. But understand that becoming a real business opens the doors to many more opportunities that you don't get to take advantage of by being a worker bee. So things are the same wherever you might live in the United States. I'm not sure about international rules, but I'm sure you can check into wherever you are if you live outside of the United States. Here's another decision. Do you think about becoming a sole proprietor, DBA, or an LLC, or a partnership, S-Corp? That's another lengthy conversation for another time. Simply put, unless you own a bunch of property that can be attacked in a lawsuit, there's no real reason to start out as an LLC. Such as your home, you got a big-ass boat, super fancy, expensive cars. A simple, quick DBA sole proprietor is all you need. You can always scale that up later if you need to. There are some advantages and disadvantages to being a DBA or a LLC sole proprietor. You will now have access, some of the advantages are you'll now have access to a Schedule C when you do your taxes. This is called the business use tax deductions. In California, we have a thing called the production sales tax incentive. You save tax money on something that you normally buy for your business. In Los Angeles County, that savings is almost 7%. That adds up when you buy that $4,000 computer from Apple. Some disadvantages. You can't include partners or employees. Everyone that you quote-unquote hire has to be a DBA as well. You basically hire contractors. They, in turn, invoice you for the work that they do for you, and then you pay their invoice. It's a simple workaround to avoid dealing with the tax board in your state for employees and taxes, etc. You might be a higher risk for an IRS audit if you aren't careful with your accounting and record keeping. The IRS looks at the entertainment industry as a little more challenging than the worker bee, but that's to be expected. It would help if you did a little research into your state and local rules regarding becoming a DBA or an LLC. In California, the rules are different even in different counties and cities, so please check your local laws. You can start that process by registering your business by clicking some of the links below. In California, registering as an LLC is expensive and requires that you estimate and pay your taxes in advance. As a DBA sole proprietor, you can save that until tax time the following year. I usually stash a little bit of my income just in case I have to pay taxes on the income for that year. Here's some links to get you started on the DBA process. Signaturefiling.com or even LegalZoom.com can help. If you want more information to help you decide, check out my free 3-step guide to help you get started. Check it out here. The link's there, Learn Pro Recording. If you just go to learnprorecording.com, it's right there on the front page. There's a big blue button. You just press that blue button. Boom, it takes you right to that 3-step guide. That's going to help you out. Stay in touch. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for these few minutes and talking about the quick guide to growing your business. If you guys ever want any more information, you can reach out to me at info@learnprorecording.com or support@learnprorecording.com. My name is Donnie B. I'm here for you. Just let me know if you need anything. We'll talk to you next time on the podcast. I'm out of here. Peace.